Namaste everyone, this is me Anuj, and today we are going to discuss about the various forms of yoga practice. Now, many of you search upon what kind of a yoga practice one should start from initially in the beginner position. And whenever you are a beginner, you're always looking for something better than the other. Now, in the modern form of yoga, where the practice is more physically driven, where you are more attracted towards the physical aspects of yoga, the two names comes always in the front. It can be either Hatha Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. Of course, there are yoga such as restorative yoga, the prop-based yoga, Iyengar yoga, and yeah, there are many names: Yin yoga, Yang yoga, and the people mix match all forms of yoga into the multi-style practice. Now, to be understand is that I'm going to clear about the two forms of yoga practice, which is one more driven and inclined towards the static form of practice, where the other one is more dynamic form of practice. When I'm discussing about the static form, the static is more where you are retaining and holding one pose for a longer period of time. Now, when you're holding the pose, your whole attention and the awareness goes upon watching the breath and being aware into that state where you just usually you forget that you are into that pose. All remain is your breath, the movement of the breath, and the steadiness. So the steadiness is the goal of the practice in Hatha Yoga. Whereas you see the Ashtanga Yoga practice, it's more focused and works around the movement of the different limbs of the body. In Hatha Yoga, in Ashtanga Yoga as well, both are focused upon the movement and the channelizing of the prana, which is of course, it focuses upon the steadiness of the body, steadiness of the mind, fixing the gaze at one point, and yes, it works directly upon channelizing your prana, and the both form of yoga does that in one form of another. But when it concerns about Hatha Yoga, it becomes very simplified version of channelizing your pranas, because in Hatha Yoga there are less distractions and there are less movement involved comparatively to Ashtanga Yoga. So the question arises, why we really need to practice Ashtanga Yoga? Because you need to prepare your body before you get into the state of being into completely in a steadiness or the alignment or channelizing of your prana. Or you can, in a simple way, you can say you need to lose some weight or the proportion, or you have to align your body. At least you have to develop a certain level of heat to reach to that steadiness in the body. Now, you must have seen in the past there are a lot of yogis which has born, and they usually get the pranas and they enlighten just by through the knowledge of discrimination. It's called neti neti, neither that, neither that. So you are just being aware of what is this, what is that, and you just discriminate. It's basically as a discriminative knowledge, and you can describe it many form, and you get sthit pragya, which means simply you get into the state of viveka, where you are being aware what is truth about life, what is permanent and what is impermanent in life, what is real happiness and what is not. And in between that duality, you are just being aware of these concepts. But right now, we are not that evolved yet. So we need to prepare our mind. We need to prepare our body. We need to channelize the pranas right through the system back again. And that is how you develop the practice. So this is a simple thing, and difference between the Hatha Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, I think that was clear. I try to summarize in simple terms. Still you have some questions. If you have still more doubts, if you want some elaborate description, you can write down in the comment, and maybe we can have one more chat and talk. Thank you.